songs, and I like his personality too. I love what he's been through. He's been through a lot of hard times, been through depression. I mean, his friend died of an overdose, and just a lot of challenging stuff he's been through, and he's very down to earth. He's an awesome dude. I love him, and and I love his music. I love his songs. As much as he pokes fun at himself and says his songs are 4-chord songs, like all the pop songs of today, they just work. Here we go. Let's just get into this. I'm going to break this song down in parts as always. And before we start, I have the piano transposed to +2 because the song is we're going to do it in G. The song's originally in the key of A, and it's just a little bit tougher. G is a nicer chord, so we have the piano tuned to +2. So the G chord sounds like the A chord. So as always, I'm going to break this song down into parts, and part 1 is the intro. Starts on the G. Okay, the verse I'm going to call parts 2A and B, because 2A uses the same chords as the intro. White lips, pale face, breathing in snowflakes, burnt lungs, sour taste. But 2B is a little bit different. They do a little bit different chords. And I'll show you that. Part 3, of course, is the pre-chorus and the chorus when he goes up to the A minor. And they say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream. Been this way since 18, but lately. And then goes back to the A minor, repeats those chords, and then, 'cause we're just under the upper hand, goes mad for a couple grams. She don't wanna go up. So the part 3 is pretty long. It just changes chords, and I'll take you through all the chords. Okay, part 4 is that bridge, and the bridge is, I believe, after the last E minor C G in the second chorus when he goes right here when he goes to the D. For angels to fly, an angel will die, covered in white. Closed eye, open for a better life. And then to the C, and then back to the E minor. And then the instrumental starts. That's part 4. So that's pretty much it. I mean, part 5, I'll show you the third chorus, how they go lighter and they do the little, but it's basically 4 parts. I mean, and of course, I'll show you how they end the song. So the first part, the 5 chords in the intro are a G, and he picks it with a guitar. Obviously, it's a guitar song, but G, D over F sharp, E minor, C, G. You got that? So it's G, D over F sharp, E minor, C, G. The first verse I'm going to call 2A because it's the same chords as the intro. And G, white lips, pale face, breathing in snowflakes. So snow is when he goes to the D over F sharp. Flakes is the E minor. Burnt lungs, sour taste, that's a C, and then back to G. So it's G, D over F sharp, E minor, C, G. And then the same thing, the second line, lights gone, day's end, struggling to pay rent, long nights, strange men. Okay, now we're in part 3. Part 3 is when he goes to the A minor, and they say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream, been this way since 18, but lately. So those chords are those 4. There's 2 sets of 4 chords: A minor, C, G, and D. After it does that twice, after the last D, it goes 6 sets of E minor, C, G. 'Cause it's just under the upper hand, go mad for a couple grams. She don't wanna go outside tonight. And in a pipe, she flies to the motherland, sells love to another man. But then the 5th time is the only time, so there's 6 E minor C G, but the 5th line they go to the D. For angels to fly. See how he does that? Angels to fly. So the the first 4 lines are E minor, C, G, sells love to another man. It goes through all that, E minor, C, G. The 3rd time, 4th time, E minor, C, G, and then the 5th line he goes the D. Right when he says for angels to fly. It's too cold outside. It's too cold outside for angels to fly. See how that? Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay, so now we're at the second verse, and I'm going to call this 2B. The second verse is the same as the first verse. The only difference is, instead of when he goes down to that little D over F sharp, he doesn't do that. He goes right to the D. So instead of, it goes. See how that's different? It's a subtle difference, but again, it's a trick that artists use. They just change a little. And that's why I always listen to the bass when I play a song by ear. So he goes, ripped gloves, raincoat, struggling to stay afloat. It's pretty much identical. Like I say, the only difference is that's the first verse, G, D over F sharp, and then E minor, C, G. And the second verse is, it goes G, D, E minor, C, G. So D over F sharp versus just a D. And that's pretty much the only difference between 2B and 2A. Okay, so part 4 is the bridge. And the bridge is, again, after that last E minor, C, G in the second verse. And then he goes to the D. So this is the beginning of the bridge when he goes, and for angels to fly, an angel will die, covered in white, closed eye, hoping for a better life. A minor, C, E minor, and then at the instrumental it goes like a, and then right back in that third chorus, and they go kind of, they do those and they go kind of higher. So I'm going to list these chords in the bridge. So starting from, and I'm going to take it right from that E minor, C, G. So right here, here's part 4. The bridge chords are a D, an A minor, a C, an E minor, and a G. Hoping for a better life. Those are the first 5 chords. The next 5 are back to an A minor, C, and then E minor, but then it goes back to a C, G, and then the instrumental right after that is a short E minor, C, G again. And that's it. That's part 4. That's the bridge. So that's pretty much it. We're almost to the end. The only difference is we're at the third chorus now, the final chorus of the song, when he comes back to the A minor. And they say she's in the class 18, stuck in her daydream. But lately, so what he does in the last chorus is right at the A minor, he goes to the A minor, C, G, but then the D over F sharp on the first line. Back to the A minor on the second line, C, G, and then D, a real D, not a D over F sharp. So the first 4 chords of the last the first 4 chords of the last chorus, the third chorus, are A minor, C, G, D over F sharp, and the next 4 chords are A minor, C, G, and D, not a D over F sharp. And then after that, it pretty much just does that same E minor, C, G for like 8 times, I think. For angels to fly. It does E minor, C, G, and then at one point they go to the D again. For angels to fly. And I think it does it 4 more times. E minor, C, G, and then the very last E minor, C, G, it goes. So to end the song, it does, again, like I say, that E minor C G about 8 times. Aside from that 5th or 6th time they go to the D, like in the first, I'm losing track here, the first verse, I think. The first chorus, I'm sorry. They go to the D and then E minor, C, G. So it's E minor, C, G all the way almost to the end of the song. Then the D, E minor, C, G for the next 3 or 4 times. And then the very last time, G, and then it goes to the D. And ends the song on the G chord, which is really an A, but like I say, we're transposed. So that is it. The A-Team by Ed Sheeran. You guys all have a great night, and I will see you guys all in the next one.